Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Myth 2, Soulblighter. Last time we brought the Total Codex back to Alric, who didn't have it with him. Yeah, I mean, it's only, it's got the future written down in it. It talks about bad things like the Summoner, a man who is not yet born in Myth 1, but, calamity in the future. But hey, why keep it with you? I mean, sure, you or I might keep it with us and read it constantly until we had it memorized and had a plan to deal with, bad things in the future like the Summoner, like, a loose confederation of spies and assassins all over the continent to early identify the guy and then take him out before it becomes a problem. But nope! Alric went and just jammed it in a library that, apparently is not even organized. So, hooey on him. And that's kind of a bit of a judgment on Alric, really. I have some more thoughts about him, but for now, let's go see what Alric intends to do with this Total Codex.
Friday, October 10th, Madrigal. Soulblighter cannot be stopped. His armies foul the lands south of us for 500 miles, and his search for the Summoner has left none alive within his reach. The cities of Scales, Covenant, and Tyr have all fallen to him in the last 3 weeks. It seems that too many years of peace have softened the once legendary armies of the West. Rabican, Mergen, and Maelden have been dead 60 years, and today only Alric remains of the great leaders who defeated the fallen lords. Survivors reached us from the garrison at Tyr today, confirming the city's destruction. One among them told us of being captured and dragged before a woman so disfigured by injury and age that he turned from her repulsed. In a rage, she gouged out his eyes and shrieked, "Tell Alric his nightmare has just begun," and released him to stumble out of the conquered city. I believe something about the message has unsettled our king. Today he sent what is left of our army north to the city of Tandem. Their instructions were to gather as many able-bodied men as they could along the way and wait for him in Tandem. King Alric is staying in Madrigal with a mere handful of men in order to make sure that no one is left behind. Only then will he withdraw from the city. With everything else that's happened in the last couple of months, snow this early in the year is hardly worthy of note. At the moment, it isn't coming down hard enough to impede Soulblighter's advance on Madrigal. But there's always hope.
Okay, we got nothing but contacts all over the place. Holy moly, this village is getting slaughtered. Who are these guys? Mercuridia. Oh, man. Alright, so Soulblighter must obviously have found the Summoner. That's great. Now we're getting torn a new one. I'm willing to bet the 7th Legion ain't coming back either, people. Oh, man. I blame Alric for this one. He should have had the Total Codex. He should have had a plan. It just goes to show he wasn't really so much the best of the Avatar, so much as he was just the last one standing after Myth 1. Alright, so for this now, we gotta get Alric to his ship. There are reinforcements scattered around the map. More like people haven't been killed yet. Waka waka, thank you very much. There are many ways to get to the ship. Sticking to the path, not a great idea. Of course, we never stick to the path. That's for suckers, as I've been saying all along. Alric has 3 powerful spells. They're talking about his Dispersal Dream attack. This is the same attack that he had in Myth 1, where you just blow people up. It's awesome, and we'll get to see that in a couple of minutes, as well as, times during the map, whenever we need it. When he doesn't have magic, he's still a fierce fighter. Yeah, Alric, he swings, approximately speaking, he swings like as fast as a berserk. He swings harder. He can walk fast. He has a ton of health. This is kind of harkening back to the Black Company roots of the whole setting. Unlike a wimpy mage who just, can throw a fireball and get knocked over by a stick, mages in there have superhuman vitality, strength, speed, all that good stuff. So that's kind of where they got the idea for Alric. I think. You know, how they pretty much kind of, like I said before. Oh, and read The Black Company. It's a great book. I mean, there's one point one of the heavy hitters gets her head cut off and carries it around in a box for a couple of decades, just waiting for the right moment to put it back on. Could have put it back on when she wanted to. She's actually just trying to get the guy who got it off, put it back on for her. It's really, it's such a great book. You know, it's just me. I'm not saying you have to read it, you know, but it'd be cool if you did. You know, I mean, whatever. I don't get paid by them, but it's cool. It's cool. All right. Let's, now that I'm done rambling, let's go ahead and just check out the next hint. So, don't attack units who aren't attacking you. Yeah, this is just kind of obvious. We're trying to sneak and avoid the Mercuridia whenever possible. Well, obviously. We don't have anybody that can toe-to-toe with the Mercuridia, except for Alric. Everybody else is just dog food. And you'll actually see that in a minute when we get done with the hints. Newsflash, people in this village, they're not going to be reinforcements. This is kind of a worthless hint, for the simple reason that we're never going to be in a situation where it's like, oh, let's just wound this one Mercuridia and turn them. No. It's more like they're coming down at you at the speed of light and we need to murder them as quickly as possible. So, it's an interesting kind of mechanically put in, but whatever. Docks on the far side of town. Not clear what the far side of town means. North, east, south, west, north by northeast, south, west by north. I don't know. We'll find out though. And Alric is resistant to lightning attacks. I actually had said earlier that the journeymen were also resistant to lightning attacks. These are the attacks from the fetch, by the way. And totally wrong about that. Yeah, sorry. It's a good thing we didn't really test it out though. Because, yeah, our journeyman would have got blown up. But Alric genuinely is more or less immune to these kind of attacks. So we'll be using him as our lightning rod. And the homeless bums with shovels are off the hooks. So now with that in mind... Well, that was a slaughter. Even better, all these guys, they're still on the map.
Your Majesty! Your Majesty! Those beasts, they're unstoppable! We haven't a prayer! Stand back, all of you!
Let a man work.
We need to reach the ship. It's the only chance we've got.
Yeah, that was Dispersal Dream. I'm going to pause it real quick here, just because this level gets going so quick that I won't have time to do this. So, just real fast, you can see we've got a pretty good size of an army here. We got Alric, the king. You can see the little golden orb thingy up in the upper right corner. So he has 3 more of these Dispersal Dreams. Kind of irritated he doesn't have more, to be honest. I mean, really, what kind of a magic user is he? His little flavor text there is talking about Myth 1, back in the glory days when we were in charge and large. Or large and in charge? I'm sorry. Anyway, the village is to our north, but we will not be heading north. We're going to sneak around as fast as we can.
Okay.
We're going to keep the dwarves together against my better judgment, just because one bomb will not kill a Mercuridia, and the dwarf isn't going to have time to throw 2, so... if they sneak around us at any point, we're just going to have to hope the dwarves are able to nail both of them. Oh boy. May God forgive me for putting us in the hands of dwarves. No offense, dwarves. And we need to keep moving pretty quick, because actually, I know this is kind of cheating on my part, but
Yes, sir.
if you stay in that where you start and don't like immediately move out, a whole lot of guys just converge on you. It's survivable, but it's ugly. So that's why we were moving.
Yes, sir.
Make up your mind.
Yes, sir.
Now we're just gonna see if this is the right way to go. And, you know, hopefully the docks will be on the west end of town. So far, so good, though. Looks like we're making a pretty clean escape.
Got it.
Kind of trying to keep the warriors separated in case we need to contact. And Lockspawn. Lollygagging in the rear. What do we got over here? 3 of them. Well, we're not hiding from these 3 because the archers are shooting them. So, time to send in Alric. And the other soldiers, for that matter.
Casualty.
Dang, look at that. And what do we have, like 15 or 16 and arrows, and even then, 4 of them still managed to kill one of us. So like I said, Mercuria, bad times. Notice though that Alric didn't really take a whole lot of damage. It's not that he didn't get hurt as much, it's just that he has a ton of health.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna try to keep the warriors, I don't know. I'll keep trying to keep them separated maybe, just may not be worth the effort, we'll see.
Yes, sir.
Not for the first time, I wish you could click on a corpse and see if it's somebody who is named. And, uh-oh, a little roving gang coming. Maybe they, no, they see us.
Move over.
Yep, time to send in the troops. Yeah, no casualties this time. Did you see Alric work? That guy just chops, man. And he's a little more hurt now. But he's still okay. We're gonna keep moving.
Yes, sir.
Kind of surprised Lockspawn only has 2 missions with us. I thought he had more. I guess I was wrong. But speaking of Alric not being exactly the world's greatest leader, I mean, if you remember, he was the guy that just believed the talking head that, oh yeah, powerful suit of armor in the desert, I'll just go over and get it. That wasn't very smart on his part. You know, I don't know, you got the impression, like I kind of said before, that he's more like the last man standing as opposed to the best man for the job. Not that he's bad, he's obviously...
New units received.
Hey, alright. Where are they? Okay. Ahead of us. 3 warriors. Not necessarily the most useful thing in the world. Let's try to go meet him in the middle.
Yes, sir.
Now we're going to have 19 warriors. Good for us.
Make up your mind.
And they're full health. That's also good. For some reason I thought the reinforcements might be all beat up or something. So now we got a little army of 19 guys. But like I've said before, it's not always great when they give you a lot of guys. That usually means times are going to be tough.
Yes, sir.
And I'm just going to keep everybody together now. It's just easier.